Hi everyone! So I had a comment on one of my previous videos requesting a video on my makeup brush collection, and so I've decided with this video to combine a few of my makeup brush video ideas into one. And so I'm going to start off with my horror story as to why I started caring about the care and keeping of my brushes, brush maintenance, and also my brush collection. So I'll start off with my horror story as to why I started really caring about the maintenance of my brushes. A few weeks ago, I was doing a photo shoot with a few of my friends for TediBeautyBlog, and just a few hours before the shoot, I looked at my brushes and I realized that they were all really dirty, and I was doing a variety of looks for my friends, and so I needed my brushes to be clean so that I could accommodate all those looks. And in a moment of panic, what I did was I filled my sink up with very hot water, squirted some of my shampoo into it, threw all my brushes into the sink, mixed them around, and then wiped them off and wanted to let them dry. And about an hour later, I realized that my brushes were not drying fast enough, and so in another moment of panic, I decided to blow dry my brushes. And of course, this caused a lot of damage to the bristles. I blow dried it facing into the brush, and so the bristles kind of came out a little bit, and it ended up ruining a lot of my brushes. And so after that, I made a point of really making sure to take care of my brushes, and eventually led me to start a new makeup brush collection. So normally what I do is on about a weekly to bi-weekly basis is I just take the ends of my brush and I will run it under warm water and use a little bit of baby shampoo just to clean it off and make sure that all the residue of all the powders and liquids or whatever I'm using kind of comes off the brushes, just to make sure that it lasts a little longer. And recently I went into Sephora and I bought this, which is the Daily Makeup Brush Cleaner. And this is incredible. I was actually very shocked at how well it cleaned my brushes. And so now after each use, no matter what brush I'm using, whether it's my foundation brush or just an eyeshadow brush, I give it 2 little squirts, wipe it off on a towel, let it air dry. The next day, it's good to go. There's no color transfer from any other powders or anything like that, and it keeps it nice and clean, and it helps your skin. Obviously, you don't want to be transferring bacteria, especially on foundation brushes. It's really important to use this, and it's worked really well for me. It was, I think, like $8 for this, and I've had it for about 2 to 3 weeks now, and it's still very full. So it lasts a long time, and it's definitely worth the buy. So make sure when you are cleaning your brushes not to use any water that's too hot, because that can damage the bristles, especially if you're using brushes that have natural hair. And also to make sure that if you are using a shampoo, to use baby shampoo. It's a lot more gentle and it won't leave any residue. If you use the regular shampoo that you use for your hair, like for example for me, I use volumizing shampoo, that's bound to leave residue on your brushes, and then it doesn't pick up the pigment as well when you try to use them. So either baby shampoo or a shampoo or cleanser specifically designed for makeup brushes will help keep your brushes living a long time and keep them working like new. And so now on to my brush collection. A lot of the brushes that I use very often got damaged in my incident, and so I started to kind of replace those with Sephora Pro Collection brushes, and I've decided that that's the route that I want to take with my brush collection. So brush by brush, I'll start building it up. But the brushes that I do use, I actually use a lot of brushes on a daily basis, more than I'd like to admit, and each one of them serves a really individual, unique purpose, and they all do an amazing job. So I'll start big and then work down to small. I have this kabuki brush, which is good for just, you know, face powder, whatever. And then I have my other regular Merle Norman brush that I've used in previous videos. I like it. It's nice and thick. The bristles are very soft, which also helps to kind of distribute the pigment a lot more evenly and nicely. And this one got a little bit of damage in the incident, mostly just shampoo residue on the actual handle. So nothing too bad. And then I also have my blush brush from Merle Norman. Again, very simple, straightforward blush brush. This is my most recent Pride and Joy, and this is the airbrush foundation brush from Sephora Pro Collection. And this is a very popular brush. I love it. Before I was using a foundation brush that had synthetic bristles, and it almost felt kind of plasticky, and the density wasn't that good, and it kind of left streaks. but the second I started using this, I saw a huge difference, especially on my nose. I guess I have a kind of a weird shape and have a lot of creases, and so it really gets into everything. It leaves a really good finish, and I would highly recommend this brush. It's a bit on the expensive side. I think this was around $50, but it's well worth the money if you use it every day, so I would highly recommend this one. As well, I have just a regular eyeshadow brush, large, and that works really well, and it distributes the pigment evenly, which is always good. This used to be my go-to eyeshadow brush, but as you can kind of see, it got a little bit chipped around there in the incident, I guess, because it has a wood handle. The hot water just damaged it really badly, and so I was sad to see this one get damaged, and I use it sometimes, but I've now switched over more to the Sephora brush. This is one of the brushes that I got in the Naked palette, and I use this one a bit, but not as much. It has a nice flat tip, and so if you're ever doing work underneath your eyes with eyeshadow, I find that this brush works really well. And this is also a brush that I use every single day, and it's the Shadow Crease Blending Brush, and this one, again, works wonders. You can kind of see my makeup now, just going right over the eyelid, helps to kind of make your eyes pop and gives them a little bit more definition. This is a brush that I've only recently started to use, and it's a smudge brush, and I actually used this one today on the eyeshadow underneath my eye, and it gives it a really nice soft line. It's nothing too harsh. Normally I use either like a stick pencil or liquid eyeliner, but I found that this gives a really nice soft natural look. It's a little less harsh, and you can also play with color a little more. So instead of going out and buying, you know, a blue eyeshadow or something like that, you can, or an eyeliner I should say, you can use this brush and you can play with different colors. If you want to line it with purple or brown or black, you can just use whatever eyeshadow you have lying around for that. And this is just a regular thin eyeliner brush, and I've also been using this one recently for my eyebrows. I ran out of my pencil, and so I've been kind of resourceful, and I've been using powder, and I've actually really liked it. I didn't think I would, but I have, and it's actually worked really well for me, and it gives my eyebrows a nice definition. And so I use this one not only for my eyebrows, but I mix a little bit of water on the tip and then take black eyeshadow and just press it right onto my upper eyelid and use that as eyeliner, and I find it stays a lot better, and it gives a nice kind of softer look again than a harsh liner like a liquid liner or pencil. So that's my entire collection. Again, I use a lot of these almost on a daily basis, and it's really fun what you can do with them. You can do a lot of different looks. So you can use one brush and you can have an amazing look, and you can use 10 and you can come up with something completely different. So have fun with makeup. Again, don't be afraid to experiment with new brushes, especially Sephora. They have a really good return policy. So if you think you see something that you like and then you end up not, you can always return it. So that's my collection. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and remember, I'm here for you. So if you have any requests, leave them in the comments section below. Don't forget to subscribe to me on YouTube, like me on Facebook, and follow me on Twitter, TediBeautyBlog. Thanks.